You made it this far. Can we reward them?
We can reward them.
We're going to give you a bonus. We're going to tell you, don't tell the professors. We're going to tell you everything we seen on the Hesi.
And I don't care what friends say, they can call me the names. I'm old-fashioned, long talks with slow passion, exotic dates with good times and long laughing. Strong magnet, physical touches, our magic. No.
Hey gang, look, this is our first video. Don't kill us yet. Feel me?
We're nervous, okay?
What's going on? I'm Ty.
And I'm Di.
Hey, look, I'm Tyrik. This is my beautiful girlfriend,
Jada.
Hey, look, you might have seen us go viral. Here's our picture that went viral right here. Hey, look, we're based out here in Houston, Texas. What school we go to?
We go to San Jack.
Hey, look, y'all clicked on this video not for us, but you want to know the top 5 reasons on how to ace your Hesi. Did you ace your Hesi?
I aced my Hesi.
We aced our Hesi.
Wait, I didn't ace it the way that I wanted to ace it, but I aced it.
Hey, you wasn't supposed to let them know that.
Okay.
Hey, look. Hey, look.
He aced.
Hey, look, here's our grade right here. This is my grade. Boop.
This is mine.
Boop. Hey, look, she still did it. So this is our top 5 ways to ace the Hesi, baby. Give them number 1.
Okay, so number 1, y'all, I will say what helps me is take your time. I know a lot of people say, oh, take your time, don't rush, but seriously, do not rush. I know you see that 4-hour waiting limit and you're like, I have to hurry.
Yeah.
But with that being said, 4 hours is a lot of time. That's enough time for you to figure it out. And do not rush and pick the wrong answers because you are so in a rush or you're just nervous. No, take your time. Make sure you are reading the questions and be very thorough, because the moment that you start rushing is the moment that you might have really messed up.
I agree. Well, round of applause, please. Round of applause, please.
Okay.
Hey, tip number 2, my favorite tip. nursehub.com. No, we're not sponsored. Please go to nursehub.com. This is how we really ace our Hesi right here.
Definitely.
This website has all the subjects that you will see on the Hesi.
All of it.
Your reading, your grammar, your math, A&P, everything that you need to know is on nursehub.com. Don't be cheap. I know we're nursing students. I know we're
Yes, and I was just gonna hit on that. I was gonna say, I know y'all gonna see that subscription, but that same subscription that you're gonna pay, you trying to buy with some books.
Hey.
And to be honest, I bought like 3 books.
Okay.
And none of those worked for me the way that Nurse Hub worked for me. So please, don't be cheap. I know you wanna save money, but y'all, most people who ace that is because they bought Nurse Hub.
And most people is us. That's why you clicked on this video. Nursehub.com. Look,
That was ugly.
It's a girl. I ain't gonna say that. Get canceled the first video.
Okay.
Hey.
What's that, a group? Okay, wait.
But look, nursehub.com. Look, they have all the practice tests. I implore you all to do all the practice tests, and the ones that you scored the least on, go back and keep redoing it. So nursehub.com. Number 3, what you got?
So number 3 is kind of like number 1, but let me tell y'all, read the question thoroughly.
Please.
I know I just said take your time, but with taking your time doesn't mean do not read.
Right.
No, read the question thorough, because sometimes they're asking you something and you may think they're asking you this and they're not.
Facts.
So definitely don't, when you're on your reading, don't start skipping around. Read the question thorough and look for what they're asking you for, because it will really pay off with your scores.
I agree. She's not lying. Number 4. The 4th tip I have is purchase the doggone Hesi before you study. Now, why do I say this? Why do I say this? I say this because before we purchased the Hesi, we were studying, but we wasn't studying, if that makes sense. We was just in the coffee shops, getting all the frappuccinos, getting all the cappuccinos, seeing every chino we was doing, and we was studying, but not really. But as soon as we purchased that bad boy, our studies went up 10x, because why? We have a set date.
Crazy.
We went crazy. We had a set date. So we purchased our Hesi 2 weeks out.
Right.
Because there's no turning back, and we have to actually study and learn this. And by the way, if you purchase it 2 weeks out, when you study it, by the time you get to the test, it's fresh. It's fresh on your mind, so you will not forget. Why would you study a month before and not look back at it and you forgot everything?
So definitely let me piggyback off of that. You want to definitely have the material fresh. Like, call it cheating, call it what you want, but at the end of the day, you don't want to study. There's some people who study for a Hesi for 3 months. Why?
Right.
Why? I get what you're trying to do, and I get you want to go over all the information or all the material that you can, but what's going to make you more serious is knowing that, hey, I have 2 weeks, like we did. We had 2 weeks to really make some do what it do, and we did what it did.
And we did what it did, man. So purchase your Hesi 2 to 3 weeks out. That's going to force you to actually study because you already spent your money, all right?
Yes.
Tip 5, baby.
Tip 5, which is the last tip. I think that, and this is just a personal opinion, but I think that you should take your Hesi earlier in the day. You will have the options, especially if you take online, to take it later in the day. I've seen sometimes for 9 p.m.
No.
I've seen sometimes for 7.
No.
I've seen sometimes for 10.
No.
And I took mine around 9, not wanningly. We'll talk about that in another video because I had a crazy Hesi story, although I did prevail. Thank God.
Grade right here.
Yes, I prevailed, but my Hesi story was really crazy. I was really supposed to take it at, what, 11 or 10?
We were supposed to take that much, about 10 a.m.
About 10 a.m. and I ended up taking it at 9. And I mean, disastrous. I felt like what I knew in the morning, I forgot towards the end of the night.
Right.
And it's certain things, like when you wake up, your brain is the freshest. He taught me that, right?
Chill, I did. I taught her that.
Yeah, when you wake up, he always says, hey, let's get our studies in super early because that's when we feel the freshest.
Absolutely.
So same thing applies when it comes to the Hesi. I think that doing it early on and making sure that you understand the material early in the morning and not waiting until you done ate who knows what knows who, and had you a sugar cookie, now you amped up.
A sugar cookie?
Now you jumping off the test.
Yeah, you tweaking now.
No, you want to get it fresh in the morning as you can.
I agree. If you made it this far, can we reward them?
We can reward them.
We're going to give you a bonus. We're going to tell you, don't tell the professors. We're going to tell you everything we seen on the Hesi. Is that cool with you?
Or the kind of questions that we seen, because we can't tell you everything, but we can tell you, see, look at you.
That's true. I'm trying to get y'all in trouble.
I'm trying to get you in trouble. But we can tell you the kind of questions that we seen, especially in the areas that we did best in.
Absolutely.
So like, for instance, he did really good in math.
I did. I somehow got 100 in math. I got 100. So look, this is what you need to really lock in on, all right? Make sure you know your ratios. Learn and practice ratios. Go to nursehub.com.
Yes.
Just Google math ratios, practice that, and also know your proportions. Because on math, that was about 50% of the test was proportions. So
it was a lot of proportions.
I'm telling you, if you know how to do proportions, you know how to do ratios, you're going to be A-okay. Of course.
The kinds of questions where it's like
you cross multiply.
Yes.
When you cross that mug say 5 over 10. X over 20, you need to know how to solve that. You feel me? You need to know your percentages, ratios, proportions. If you got that, you're gonna pass, man.
Yeah, you're gonna pass. And that was honestly, I'm not even a math guru. I suck at math, but I did get a 92 in math. Yeah. And I will say majority of the test was a lot of proportions, percentages, and ratios.
Ratios.
There we go. That's the word.
That's
now me, I did get 100% on anatomy and physiology. I really love the body. I'm super. Do not show me. Do not. No.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Do not show me a math problem, but show me something about the body, and I'm gonna ace it.
Right.
So what I did see was knowing that about the ear ossicles, from what I can remember.
Right.
You have to know your stapes, your malleolus or malleus.
The three.
Stapes, malleus, and incus.
incus.
Those
Proportions of the ear,
three inner ossicles of the ear is definitely something that I've seen. Another thing that I've seen was knowing just about your bones, knowing about axial and appendicular. You want to know the differences between those bones. And that a lot of stuff that I've seen was mostly A&P1. If you took A&P2, there might be maybe 2 questions. Like I did see something about the reproductive system in it.
Right.
Something about like the male reproductive system to be exact.
Yeah.
But everything else was mostly A&P1, basic anatomy and physiology stuff, but basic stuff that we might have forgotten about.
Right.
So you kind of want to make sure that you lock in on that nurse hub and look at that. Look at those things that you feel like they won't ask because it might be too easy. That's what they're gonna ask.
Exactly. And another thing, grammar. This is something that we both can touch on. Dog, listen to me. I was 1 question away from failing the whole Hesi because I slept on grammar. We all think we know grammar, right?
I slept on grammar as well.
Like, dog, I was 1 question away from failing grammar. So please, do not sleep on grammar.
Do not.
If you're gonna sleep on anything else, make sure it ain't grammar.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because we on Nurse Hub, we did grammar.
We did grammar and we did pretty good on Nurse Hub, and that's what we were a little confused about. It's not your typical, you know, like, oh, where'd the comma go? Like, no, you need to know the differences between there, and there.
The 3 dares, yeah.
You don't know that, then I don't know what to tell you. You need to know the differences between then and then.
Those
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Or anything like where, like, for instance, where a comma should be placed at.
Those commas was giving me the blues,
like compound sentences and complex sentences. That was giving me the blues because they all look like sentences to me.
What grammar was they talking about predicates and stuff? Was that them too? Hey, grammar was something serious. Now I'm having flashbacks and nightmares and PTSD. Predicates.
Grammar was pretty freaking hard.
Grammar was tough, dog.
Grammar was hard.
Lock in on grammar.
Lock in. If you feel like you understand grammar, lock in on it more. Because I felt the same way. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna lock in on these math and this science and all of this. And meanwhile, grammar was my lowest score.
Right. Mine too. A question away, but thank God I prevailed.
Right.
And reading is reading. Dog.
Reading is reading. The passages are not as long as, you know, like from back in the day where it's 3 pages long.
Yeah, they're short. They're very short.
They are pretty short, but the things that they are asking could be right in the passage, or it could be something that you really have to think about. Like, there was something that they asked me. They were like, what part of do you remember that country question? And it had nothing to do with the passage.
But look, the passage was talking about, let's just say the passage was talking about burgers. Them boys say, hey, what country
did burgers originate?
And we said, hold on. I reread the story 3 times.
Me too.
No country was there, bruh.
No country
was
there.
So I don't know what it was, dog, but for the most part.
But just pay attention because maybe it was.
Maybe it was.
Who knows?
I don't know.
You want to read and make sure that you understand and take your time, like I said earlier, because if you don't take your time, then you're going to miss those kinds of questions.
Easy questions.
And if you miss those kinds of questions, it's bad news.
Hey, so look, those were our top 5 tips, plus a little bonus so you can really be laced up. Tying down gonna lace you up. Hey, look, if you want more content, if you want to know how we as a couple got into the same school with a 14% acceptance rate.
14% acceptance rate. 250 people applied, and me and him got in with 32 other people out of 250 people.
Hey, look.
Like,
hey, we don't know how we did it, but God, you feel me? Look, if you want to know about that crazy story, hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Until next time, we out.